All right, well, welcome everybody to our training call here today, and hopefully this will be a great overview of the doTERRA compensation plan, or the way that we actually get paid, or the commissions you receive for all of the great work of sharing essential oils and all the great products that doTERRA has. As I said before, this presentation is being recorded, so you're going to go back later and watch this, or I'll refer to it if you have questions. We'll put that together. We'll try to hold most of our questions here till the end. I find that that's the best way to kind of put this together for most people. I find that over time, a lot of the questions you have may get answered in a little farther down in the presentations. But to be efficient and keep us there, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in. I love the beginning of this, where it talks a little bit about building a legacy for your family, right? At the end of the day, doTERRA really offers the opportunity for us to build a legacy, not only from a product standpoint, but really from a business standpoint as well. And that's that tactic I want to take today, is talk a little bit more about the business side, or how we actually earn income. My guess is if you're viewing this presentation, you've already heard a little bit about doTERRA, right? We've had a chance to probably talk or go through different things about what makes us unique from a owner standpoint, from a product standpoint, from a business strategy standpoint, and all the great things there. Today, we're going to focus specifically on the compensation plan. We're going to specifically focus on how do we earn that income and create a business that really is residual and stable long term. Okay, so I'm going to start this though by talking about the business cycle stages. Now, this is a different place to start for compensation plan, but I think it'll start to talk about why doTERRA is here and why we're in this section and what happens to this area. Remember, in a traditional business cycle, there's the introduction stage, there's the growth stage, the maturity stage, and decline stage. This is the typical business cycle for most companies. Now, there are some companies that are always introduction phase. Hopefully, we're often in companies that are always in a growth phase. And then there are companies that are smart enough and good enough to, as they mature, avoid the decline stage as they reinvent themselves or continue to explore new markets. I want to show you a little bit about maybe where doTERRA is right now and how I look at that. If I were looking at a traditional growth curve, this is what you would see, right? You would see maybe the valley of death that would happen over the first few years of a company. As a company figures out who they are, figures out how to make money, figures out how to stabilize and grow into markets. After that company passes the valley of death, you enter a period of growth. Okay, that period of growth can be short or long. Okay, often if you do it well, it can be many years, 10, 20 years, 30 years of growth. And then a company eventually sometimes becomes mature. And if they're smart enough, you then create that growth curve and keep going. As I look at doTERRA right now and look about what we're trying to do, this is where doTERRA is on that growth curve. Okay, we've had some phenomenal growth over the last few years. doTERRA is about 7 years old, going on its 8th year, and we're entering that strong growth curve. Okay, with that strong growth curve, it makes sense for us to position ourselves in front of the market to take advantage of the momentum and growth that is happening throughout the company. Let me put this in another different way. When doTERRA started, slightly after 2007, in 2008, November, the monthly sales were about $50,000 a month. Okay, in December of last year, the last year I just had some data with, we did just over $100 million in sales in a month. That shows a steep growth curve, and it's not slowing down. Okay, now what accounts for some of this growth? Okay, what accounts for this growth are things called retention rates. Not only are obviously essential is very, very popular, not only are we changing the way people take care of themselves and their family and teaching people the system, but retention of people who want to purchase the products is key to compound growth, right, or exponential growth of a business's revenue. Okay? Now, I've been involved in network marketing for well over 20 years. I've been involved in this industry in one form or another, from the executive corporate side to the field and maybe more of a distributor side for well over 20 years. And if you look at the Direct Sales Association, they call it the DSA, they publish a retention rate on average right now of a different number, right? This retention rate is defined as how many consumers keep coming back for more. So if you have people actually want to buy your product, right? Or something, if you have a good product, clients will keep coming back. Okay, so we want retention rates that are very, very high. Unfortunately, as an industry, and this happens not just in network marketing, but it happens in traditional retail and other places as well to varying degrees, the average retention rate in network marketing companies is just about a little bit less than 12%. which means that if I actually introduced 100 customers to my products in a traditional or an average company, about 12 of those would continue to purchase on a regular basis. Okay. Now, as I look at doTERRA, and one of the reasons that makes our compensation plan so strong is that the average retention rate in doTERRA is actually 67%. This is a tremendous advantage for us as we structure a team to organize ourselves to receive commissions for this growth, to make it possible to get that exponential growth. 67%. If I looked in our back office right now, with Elise and Patrick and I, we have, just shy of 400,000 people in our teams worldwide. We can go back, right, and our number is actually just a little bit less than this. Our number is about 62%, okay, in our back office. Of anybody who's ever signed up with doTERRA has made a purchase in the last few months. That is an incredible number. That number absolutely fuels the long-term growth and commission plan of the company. All right? And I love what that allows us to do. So let's talk about how that now affects a compensation plan. Okay, it really has 5 main areas. First is the retail profits. Second, fast start bonuses. Third, the power of 3 bonus. Fourth, Unilevel commissions. And fifth, our global leadership pools. I'm going to go through each one of these in detail, so you don't have to write them all down right here. We'll go back and hit each one of those. As we often look at the compensation plan, this is how we lay it out. This is a very simple graphic that's been developed to explain the compensation plan in these 5 simple areas. Let's walk through and see how the sheet is organized, okay? The first part is right here, okay, top left-hand corner. This is where we explain our retail profit. To the right of that, okay, is our fast start bonuses. To the right of that will be our power of 3 bonuses. These are the first 3 ways that you can earn income with doTERRA. Below that, in the center section, okay, we have basically our Unilevel organizational bonus. We'll talk about these all in detail again as we go through each one. And then below that on the sheet, we actually have our Infinity Performance Pools. These Infinity Performance Pools allow to cover our leadership bonuses to the bottom. Let's talk about each of these sections in detail. All right? But before I get into those things, I want to talk about a concept called PV and OV. PV is a concept we use in our compensation plan called personal volume, what represents any purchases that I make personally on my own ID number or my own account with the company. OV means organizational volume. This is any volume as purchased or any purchases made by not only me, but anybody I've introduced or a part of my team. So OV is always inclusive of my personal purchases. Okay? We're going to use these terms a little bit as we go through there. The next term I want you to understand is an enroller versus a sponsor. And these are the only 2 definitions we're going to have. You don't have to memorize anything more than this. This is not trying to go and define everything. But an enroller is, we call it a personal enroller. It's someone that I personally introduce to the business. Another terminology is someone, a generation. Think of a genealogy of a mother and a father who have a children or a grandchildren, right? They're very personally linked relationship. Whereas the sponsor of an individual is a placement sponsor, or I can actually place somebody underneath somebody else, and it then becomes a level. They're on my 2nd, 3rd, or 4th level. So between those 2 terminology, PV and OV, you know what you need to know to be able to understand the rest of the compensation plan. Let's talk about it. Now, the doTERRA minimum monthly order for a personal purchase is 100 points. Okay, 100 points personally. That is the minimum required purchases made from an auto ship or what we call a loyalty rewards purchase every month to be able to participate in the doTERRA compensation plan. But as it says here below, to actually maximize, okay, the compensation plan, we always teach and recommend you have at least 150 points. I'm going to explain why in the future, but we're going to kind of just ignore 100 points. That is the minimum, but we're not going to allow these minimums to become our maximums, right? We're going to try to focus on how do we maximize our commissions or our compensation plan rewards from all of our team members. So we're going to start talking about 150 points as our minimum monthly order for those who are really serious about earning income from the compensation plan. Now, I'll tell you a little bit of story. Elise and Patrick and I have a large team, as we've talked about many times. We have a tremendous amount of experience analyzing people's checks and helping people maximize their business for their commissions. I tell you, we've done it 100 times where we have actually helped people move from 100 to 150 points, and their checks have doubled or even tripled because they've actually understood how to maximize the compensation plan. So we're going to talk about 150 points as our minimum monthly purchase. Okay. The first thing we're talking about is our fast start bonus. Okay. The fast start bonus actually is tremendous. Okay. It's paid weekly. It's paid for the first 60 days of all new volume. It's 100 PV of personal volume to qualify, and it's paid via the enroller tree, or basis people I personally introduce. Okay. Let's talk about fast start bonus. Fast start bonus, okay, again, helps through 3 different levels of my business. Okay. So my first level, or my personal enrollees, I will earn 20% on all purchases that they make for their first 60 days in the business. Okay. For example, if Nathan enrolls Sally, okay, Sally's purchases for 60 days will pay to Nathan 20%. So if she buys $150 worth of product in that first month, she will make a commission, or excuse me, Nathan will make a commission of $30, right? 20% of 150. Okay? That then holds true for everybody's first 60 days. So let's illustrate that just a little bit. We say Nathan was in, he sponsored Sally. Sally enrolled, Nathan made 20%. Let's say that Nathan was in the business now for another year. A year goes by. At the end of that year, Nathan enrolls a new person, Heather. Heather then makes a purchase. Her 60 days begins. So Heather then will actually be able to earn a 20% fast start bonus for Nathan. Okay, so she purchases 150 points. Nathan then again earns that 20% on her purchases. It's not Nathan's first 60 days, it's all new people's 60 days. So as I'm constantly introducing people to doTERRA, introducing them to essential oils, I'm always making fast start bonuses on their purchases for their first 60 days. Okay? That's how that works. Now, let's say that Nathan enrolled, and we said Sarah, and then Sarah actually introduces somebody, and we'll call it Joe. If Joe makes a purchase, Sarah will receive 20%. But you'll see here Nathan, as the second level enroller, right, will make 10% on Joe's purchases. And then if Joe introduced somebody, we'll say Mary. Joe makes 20% on Mary's purchases, right? Sarah makes 10% on Mary's purchases, and Nathan makes 5% because now Mary is on Nathan's third level. Okay? That is how that works out. And it works through everybody that happens in everybody's first 60 days. That becomes fast start bonus. Again, we'll open up this at the end to ask a few questions, okay, to be able to go through this. So if you have specific questions about things, then write them down. We'll come back and take questions at the end for anybody that wants some finer details on some of these things that we're not quite answering for you. Okay? The next piece of our program is called the Unilevel commissions. Unilevel commissions are again paid monthly. Remember, fast start bonuses are paid weekly. All the work for the previous week, those previous 7 days, boom, the next week, those commissions are paid out, that 20, 10, or 5%. Unilevel commissions are paid monthly. After the entire month worth of business, the month you then qualify to receive the commissions and receive it on the next, in the next calendar month. It's paid on all volume that is 61 days old. So it's not brand new people. It's people that have been involved for at least 61 days or more, right? Fast start bonuses are 60 days. Unilevel commissions are 61 days or more. It's actually paid different than it is on fast start bonuses. Fast start bonuses are paid on your enroller tree, or things I personally do, okay? Unilevel commissions are paid on the sponsor tree, which means placement. So I can organize and place people in my team on different levels, and then Unilevel is calculated off those levels. Again, it's a minimum 100 QV to qualify. We recommend what? 150 points, even though the minimum is 100. And it is a structure-based versus a volume-based reward. So instead of just get paid on volume like you do with Unilevel, with Fast Start, as you start to help people in the right place in the organization, you will make the Unilevel commission. Okay? So let's look at that. Okay? Now, right here in the center, in this blue area, is our Unilevel commissions, right? Unilevel commissions, if you look across the top, have different titles that you can reach. Okay? And then down here through the left, you can see how many levels of pay you will receive. Here in the center kind of bluish white area, you will see how much money you have to purchase monthly, 100 points or more, and then how much group team volume you have to qualify for the different percentages. Okay, we're going to go through this, talk a little bit, but I want you to show you these ranks right now. We talk at consultant, manager, director, executive, elite, premier, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, blue diamond, and presidential diamond. These are the different ranks or titles that you can reach within the doTERRA compensation plan. Each title receives a little bit more money or access to a larger percentage of payout from the business that you generate inside your teams. Okay? Just to give you kind of a benchmark of where this lands, here are the average monthly incomes, okay, for those programs. Okay, the average monthly incomes, okay, comes through.
And Dan, you said those were actually old. Those are
actually old, because what I'm actually noticing, and this is, I actually updated this. Let's just see something here. Yeah, that's right. Those are the old numbers. I deleted the good numbers, but those are old, so I'll go ahead and hit those for a second, you bet. Let's go back and put that back up for everybody. These are a little bit old. These are about 2 years old. These are actually a little bit higher. So your executive is closer to $250. Your elite is about right, $300 to $800, depending on the right. Silvers are actually closer to $2,000. Golds are actually closer to $3,500. Platinums are on average now about $6,500 to $7,000. Diamonds are actually $16,000 a month, and blues and presidential diamonds are $45,000 and about $100,000 respectively. So these are a little bit older thing. I thought I switched out this morning, but it looks like I have the old one, so put it back in there. So they're just a little bit higher now. But this has some good expectations on what you reach at those ranks. Okay. Now, as we follow through this on Unilevel organizational bonuses, let's take a look a little bit closer. Okay. Now, if I were to pull this out and maybe look at just the title of silver, okay, silver, as you'll notice, has access to the full compensation plan. We can actually analyze it for the different sections to understand how this works, okay? If I were to pull this section out, here's what it would look like. If I wanted to reach the title of silver, I would have to have at least 100 points personally, okay? There is not a group volume requirement. I do not have to have a team volume or team purchases requirement because I have to have what are called 3 elites, 3 personally enrolled elites. Now, if we go back here to our screw, we look at an elite needs 3,000 points, right, to become an elite. So if I'm a silver and I need 3 elites, it says I need to have actually 9,000 points or 3 distinct people of 3,000 points. And if I meet this minimum qualification, I then will earn 2% on my first level people, 3% on my second, 5% on my third, 5% on my fourth, 6% on my fifth, 6% on my sixth, and 7% on my seventh level. So as I enroll people and people on my team, I make a higher and higher percentage on their purchases long term. Okay? That is how a silver works. Now, let's illustrate this a different way. Okay? If I want to be a silver, I basically have to have 3 elites with at least 3,000 purchases each, and I then qualify as a silver member for that month. Remember, qualifications resets every single month, so we can do it, and that's why we want to build customers and consumers that love the products and want to purchase every single month and go through that. Okay? That is how the Unilevel pays. Now, let's look at these leadership pools, okay, as we go through this a little bit. The first leadership pool is inside our 3% Infinity performance pools. 3% means we take 3% of total company sales. So if the company did $100 million in a month, 3% is $3 million, right? We take $3 million of that total sales worldwide. This means you will get a chance to access, if you just say you're working in only North Carolina, or you're only working in California, you're only working in a certain part of the country, if you're those and you receive access to Infinity Performance Pool, you will be getting paid on the company's total volume worldwide. You'll receive a little bit from Mexico. You're going to receive a little bit from China. You're going to receive a little bit from Malaysia, a little bit from Canada, from Europe. Okay, that's how it's played. You take 3% and put it into a pool. Let's now look at that pool. I'm going to blow a section right here up so you can see it. Okay, the Leadership Performance Pool, we then take, of the 3%, we take 2% or in this scenario, $2 million, and then divide it pro rata into shares for the people to share. Okay? So each share in the performance pool is worth, let's say, about $150. Okay? If you divide it between all the different members who earn it. So it means that you would earn an additional $150 bonus to the title of silver. If you're the title of gold, you would get 5 shares. Okay, I'm going to go back and show this again. Silvers receive 1 share. Gold receive 5 shares. Platinums receive 10 shares. Well, if shares are here worth 1 share for silver, about $150. Now, that's a little bit of a low estimate. Last month, it was about $183. Okay? So we always set expectations a little bit lower, but it's been hovering about $150 for a long time. So it's a good benchmark for us to teach. But that changes based on the total number of sales of the company and the total number of qualifiers, right? That's how much the shares are worth. So I'd make an additional $150 bonus as a silver, an additional $750 bonus as a gold, and an additional $1,500 bonus or more as a platinum. Okay? That's how that works. That's the leadership performance pool. Once I reach the title of diamond, okay, we'll be able to go down here and you'll see that you actually get access to an additional bonus pool or a different bonus pool to be shared with all the diamonds, blue diamonds, or presidential diamonds. Okay? And again, because there are less people at the higher ranks and higher titles, there's less people sharing a very large pool, and those check amounts go up. So you can see again that a diamond would receive 1 share, okay? A blue diamond about 2 shares, and a presidential diamond about 3 shares. Again, these shares are each worth not $150, which is the lower share amount. These are more worth about $4,500, right? So you would get an additional bonus here at the diamond, blue diamond, or presidential diamond. Imagine that would be about almost $15,000 a presidential diamond from this pool alone. Okay? Now, this same concept carries together right down here in the diamond pools. I'm not going to go through it again for simplicity's sake, but you can see that we have another 3% of total company sales put into a bonus pool. It is then shared 1% for the diamonds, 1% for the blue diamonds, and 1% for the presidential diamonds. Therefore, the presidential diamonds are earning a very large share because there are less presidential diamonds. They share $1 million. And therefore, those bonuses are larger and larger. Okay? And that goes back to where we put that together. Now, let's end it with our last piece here, which is our power of 3 bonus. This is really the most important bonus when you're getting started to understand how to structure and focus your business. If I were teaching this for the first time to most people, I say, look, here's a compensation plan. There's 5 ways to make money, but I really just want to focus with you on the power of 3 bonus. Because if you get this, you'll understand the basics on trying to establish a team and how it should grow from those first few months. Okay? The power of 3 bonus is, again, paid monthly. We call it a power of 3 bonus because it actually allows you to earn either a $50 bonus, a $250 bonus monthly, or a $1,500 bonus monthly. So if you can do these 3 things, you can earn this bonus every single month on top or in addition to all other commissions. Okay? I'll explain how this works in a little bit more detail. Let's give you some examples that we kind of build one of these. Step 1, right? I have to come in and I have to purchase, sponsor at least 3 individuals. Okay? Now, these can be placed underneath me. That's okay. I either have to personally enroll them, or with me and my team, we can place them there to have 3 people on my front level. If as a group, okay, we have at least 600 points total purchases between everybody, okay, we will make $50 a month. I will make a $50 bonus by helping these 3 get their purchases. Now, this is where it comes in 150 points. The minimum to do this is 100 points. But 100 times 4 is only 400 points. You're still 200 points short of meeting the minimum qualifications. So we teach 150 points personally to everyone in our team, therefore making it just 4 individuals, right? 4 times 150 gets you the 600 points you need to maximize the compensation plan, especially the power of 3 bonus. Let's carry this on. Once we understand this basic unit, this is all we have to do. Once I can do this myself, if I can teach others on my team to do the same thing, my rewards go up as do their rewards. Let me explain how this works. Okay? Once I have my 3, I just have to help my 3 get their 3 individuals, right? As I help my 3 get their 3, what happens? I now have a second level business. I have people on my first level and my second level. And you can see that my 3 all have their 3 individuals. Well, understand, if they get their 3, they'll each make $50, right? My little guys here in green. But if I help my 3 get their $50, I receive, right, a $250 a month bonus for doing that. Now let's take it one step further. Let's move down into what's called my third level. If I can go through and help those 9 individuals now who are now with my 3 original people's teams, if I can help them do the same thing that we've all done, right, pull that together, and I can replicate that across my entire team in a single month, then my bonus becomes $1,500. What happens is the guy here in yellow, he gets the $50, right, because he has his 3. The people in green now have their $250, and I'm making $1,500. It's a very simple concept to teach. It's very easy to understand for most people getting involved. That becomes our focus. Because if you do this and you actually build correctly and help people reach their Power of 3 bonuses, the other things I like, the fast start bonuses, that Unilevel monthly commissions, the dynamic leadership pools, they will all function because you built the correct structure in your team. Okay? That is the basics of the doTERRA compensation plan. Build a legacy for your family. Build a legacy for your team. At this point, I'm going to open it back up for questions, okay, and see if we have anybody that wants to do that. But that becomes the simplicity of the plan. Focus on the Power of 3 bonus. Focus on that basic structure in getting your 3, and then helping people progress and be successful as they move up in rank to reach their goals based on what they want to do. So that's it. That's the doTERRA compensation plan. Let's go ahead and open up the this. Let me get this up here. Unmute all here. Any questions you want to put there? Or you can unmute yourself by hitting *6 on your phone. All right. If we don't have a ton of questions, that's okay as well. I just did a phenomenal job of showing you how it works. That is the basic overview of the doTERRA compensation plan. There is, like I said, I've been in this business for about 20 years. Been up and down. There is no more fair, powerful, dynamic way to create a long-term, lasting business. The doTERRA compensation plan has money to begin with as we kind of accelerate through the fast start bonuses and our retail profits and our basic Power 3 bonuses and building a long-term.
This is a very, very famous raceway here for Grand Prix racing.
All right. So with that, I'll go ahead and stay here for a few more minutes unless Nathan or Jenny, is there anything you guys want to add to the training? We'll go ahead and wrap it here. We'll make this available later for anybody that wants to come back and plug into it. Rewatch it. We can ask you specific questions that comes into your scenarios of how you want to build, but that is the basics of the doTERRA compensation plan.
Hey Dan, no, that was great. I think you were very clear, and everyone that's listening, if you have you do have some more questions, obviously you can ask Jenny and I as well too, and but we'll be talking with each one of you, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. Dan, thanks so much. I think that was fantastic, and hopefully it was. If there's anything else, yeah, I'm sure we'll be.